The 3001H is a tank I always thought I would want. It looked pretty cool. It used to be the tier 6 rocket car with an 88 on it in the Schmalturm. It was very lightly armoured but very fast. Unfortunately I missed out on those days. I picked it up only when it was moved on the tree. I got it for free by having one of the other tanks that it replaced. I can't remember which one. 3601 or something. Anyway, it is now a tier 5 heavy tank instead of a tier 6 medium. Instead of the Schmalturm and the 88, it gets the 3601 stock turret as its top with the Konish, which is not bad for a tier 5 tank. The issue is that its hull armor is quite thin. I think it's like 50 millimeters all the way around or something like that. It's not really well armored for a heavy. As a result, not many people like it very much. But here's a game I played the other day, well, as of time of recording, of course, with Ethan in his T-34. Just showing that while it's not maybe as capable as it once was, it's still not a bad little tank if it's used well and if you get a good setup for it, which in this case I have. So you can see me sort of side-scraped out, partly side-scraped out, ready for anything to come around that corner. Usually they do. Unfortunately in this match they didn't. Instead this little guy turns up, so I'll take what I can get. And if he wants to give me free shots, I'll take them. So the enemy team are all clustered up down an F6 on that corner, so I push up ahead before running into this unpleasant thing. Thankfully he's a worse shot than me somehow, and so I managed to pull back into cover. And I want to use these pillars to clown him out, because if he actually gets a direct shot on me, I'm in very deep trouble. I managed to track him. For some reason the game is running quite poorly, but I do track him on the corner. You can't traverse his gun quite enough to get me, and then I pop him. See if that helps any. Nope. I think it's memory leaking. It's a glitch with known fathers. Sound was. Anyway, I help Ethan double team the Ram 2. And then I start working on the Somua. You can see I'm just lazily auto-aiming it because it's not going anywhere in a hurry, and from this angle I can pin it everywhere pretty much. It's not really in a position where I'm likely to hit its gun mantlet, but it manages to pull back into cover without me killing it. So instead I find the Marder 3, I decide I'll go for him. See, I'm break my aim and start manually aiming, just because he was trying to evade. And our team is flipping out about field being lost, but Ethan and I are pincering around on these last few enemy heavy tanks. So we've got this pretty much in hand now. I just roll up behind these guys while they're all distracted, and pop right in the back of the KV. That curved piece of armor there is a weak spot. On every single KV design, you hit them there, you're going to pen them no matter what. See, the T-14 rushes at me. Unfortunately he lights me on fire and breaks my transmission. I do have an automatic fire extinguisher and a repair kit on this, as with pretty much all of my tanks. It's just, I don't like spending 20,000 credits because of one shitty pub's lucky last shot. I just start blind firing at that guy, but then a better target shows itself, and unfortunately I whiffed that one badly. I should have been manual aiming here, but I was kind of telling a puppy, giving him tank recommendations, telling him that the Matilda Black Prince is not really worth getting. So 9 kills between us, 1675 odd damage. That's not bad. It may not be as mobile as it used to be, it may not have the big punch it used to have, but the Konish at tier 5 is still pretty good. And I mean, you can't really rely on the armor, and it doesn't have a huge hit point pool, but it's not too bad. You can still do stuff with it. It's quite a nice looking little tank. It drives slowly, but it handles well. The gun handling's quite good, obviously being a Konish. It's not a bad little thing. I quite like it. I'm glad I picked it up. I just wish I'd done so earlier so I'd been able to experience it before the change as well as after.